today. Today we have a very special guest. Mathew Collins is here with us from DigitalxMarketing, and he's going to be talking about how to develop your digital strategy. So there's a lot of things that we're going to go through today. It's kind of a grand overview of all of the stuff that we need to consider when developing a digital strategy. So I'm really looking forward to this session and getting some good insight and some takeaways that we can go home and create some action in our businesses. Now, you might be streaming with us on one of the various platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or you might be here with us on Zoom. No matter where you are streaming from, we'd love to get your questions answered by Mathew, and you can do that by dropping them in the comment section, the Q&A section, or the chat function, depending on what platform you are on. So make sure you get your questions answered by this expert. So without further ado, thanks, Mathew, so much for joining us here today on Digital Boost.
Thank you, Anna Marie, and thank you for the very elogious introduction. Welcome to all the people who are attending the webinar this morning, and thank you for making the effort to attend. We've tried to prepare something that's going to hopefully give you some value, simplify some of the areas that we're going to be discussing, and give you something that you can go away with today and think about implementing immediately into your business planning to help your business grow. So I
know there's lots of good stuff because I've seen the slides, so I'm excited for all the folks tuning in. And what I'll let you do is I'll let you drive. I'm going to make sure everything's running in the background.
Okay, so today's subject is how to develop your digital strategy and the things that you want to take into consideration to have something that's going to be effective and deliver results for you and your business. We've tried to make the content relevant to small and medium businesses. Of course, there's a whole lot of different businesses. Different businesses sell different products, different services. Some are business to business, some are business to consumer. So there's a lot of areas, and sometimes the strategy that you will want to use will be different from someone else. Well, definitely will be different from someone else. Just before we get started, I've had a long number of years of experience working in digital marketing. Firstly started off doing digital marketing in my own businesses when I was based over in London. I then worked for a while as a digital director at an agency in the Middle East that had offices in 7 countries. And since coming back to New Zealand at the beginning of last year, I've sort of been working as a consultant, and I started up digital marketing, and we specialize in providing digital marketing strategy, services, training, and information on how to use technology that's going to help you and your business go ahead. So hopefully I've put something together that you'll connect with. So just as a little starting point, regardless of how good your copy and your creative and your advertising is, if you're not talking to the right people in the right way and you have the wrong strategy, you're going to be going in the wrong direction. When it comes to digital marketing, there's a no one size fits all solution. You need a strategy and plan that's relevant to your business model and the products and services that you sell. Working with many different businesses, what we find is business owners and marketeers have some similar challenges, and they include, knowing exactly what to do, knowing how to do it, finding the time to do it, identifying where to start, and knowing how to measure whether it's working. I remember quite a few years ago when I started working doing digital marketing in my own businesses, I just felt as though I was drowning. The challenge of learning so much information and then learning so many different digital technologies and platforms and tools, it was a little bit of overwhelming. So hopefully what we go through today is going to highlight some of the areas that you can look at. Once you know what it is that you want to do and the tools that you need to use, it becomes a lot easier learning what you need to do. And of course, Digital Boost has all that information on the different areas that you need to learn. So every journey starts with the first step. Our framework will provide you with an integrated strategy. It'll show you the different tactics and how they fit together to deliver results, how to move that dial, how to get the results that your business wants to ensure that it can keep growing and going in the right direction. Usually when we start with someone, with a business or working with them, or even our own planning, we ask this important question: where do you want your business to be in 12 and 24 months? Sit down with a pen and paper and put down maybe the 3 to 5 key objectives of what you're looking to achieve and where you want to be in 12 or 24 months. Once you understand where you want to be, it becomes a lot easier to focus on the areas that you need to work on to get to those objectives. So, a good starting point that I usually recommend, or I do recommend for everyone, is do some online research. Research data supports that digital provides a much wider reach for connecting and engaging with your customers and clients. It was in 2019 that digital advertising spend started to become greater than traditional advertising, reflecting the change in human behavior and the customer journey. From Digital Marketeer, a company we've worked with and we get content from, they say 96% of all transactions for businesses now start on the internet. The way that people buy and the way that people research information when they want to find something is completely different to how it was done 5 and 10 years ago. And if you're in a business-to-business scenario, 57% of companies Companies get 57% of their way through the buying process before they even start talking to who they're going to buy from. So online research, spend some time finding out about your customers, spend some time finding out about your competitors, the industry you're in, and the products and services that you sell. Prepare some research questions and talk to your customers. Maybe they just ring up for something else and say, look, while you're here, can I ask you a couple of questions? We're just doing some planning, what we would like to know. Try and understand their pain points and why they buy from you. List your competitors and learn about them. Look at what they're doing well. Look at what they're not doing too well. This can provide you with a lot of information, and it's a great starting point for you when you're looking to put together a strategy and tactics that are going to help your business grow. Discover where you add value. Then once you've done, say, a few hours research, summarize your findings. That information is really going to help you understand what you're trying to achieve and what you need to put together to be of interest to potential new customers. Okay, so the second area that we look at when we're putting together a strategy is your customer avatars and what we call the customer value journey, right? With your avatars, you want to know who are the people that you're selling to? What does your customer look like? What is their age? What's their occupation? What's their income? What's their education level? Their marital status? Where do they live or work? What books and magazines and blogs do they read? What events and conferences do they attend? What brands do they engage with? What are the must-have features that they're looking for in a product? Or what is their expectation of the service they're looking to buy? What are their price and budget considerations? What are their quality expectations? Are there any known deal killers? What are some of the common objections that must be overcome? So all of this type of information helps you. Look at what their wants and aspirations are. What do they want for themselves? What do they want for the people around them? What do they aspire to be? What are the goals they have set for themselves? What are the values they hold dear? Do they have any secret desires? So for each product and service, you want to think, who is that customer? And you want to do one of these customer avatars or customer personas for each product and service that you're selling. And that helps you to then create and put together the right type of messaging, copy, and creative that's relevant to them. And that will increase your conversions quite substantially. The customer value journey. Now, this is a really helpful tool, and this worksheet here talks about the customer value journey, which is, in the simplest form, the journey your customer takes from when they become aware of your business to when you start engaging with them, and then converting them into a client, and then upselling them. We break this down into 8 stages: awareness, engagement, subscription, conversion, excitement, ascension, advocates, and promotion. So at awareness, the prospect might see your ad or find you in a search on Google, or hears about your business in a referral. The next stage is you want to engage with that prospect. They might read a blog on your website or something that you've posted on your social media. They might watch a video that you've posted on a YouTube channel. The next stage that you want to get to is subscribe. This is when they opt in to receive gated content. And this is a really important stage. This allows you to get their details. Usually that is in the form of an email. If it's name, phone number, name of business, that's a bonus. They're all extras. The conversion stage is when you get your customer or you get that person who's become aware of your business to buy from you. And sometimes a strategy that's used that's very successful is by giving them a special offer to take them from the prospect stage to the customer or client stage. And you might bribe them with a special offer. And that changes the psychology of your relationship from when they were interested in what you're selling to now becoming into a customer. And you want to wow them. You want to exceed their expectations. You want to show those customers and clients some love, and you want them to be happy with that customer experience they've had with you. And that way you can then help them to ascend where you're looking for repeat business opportunities. The next stage is to get them to be an advocate, get them to share. That might be, come and have a look at this great car I've just bought from the dealer down the road. And the next stage, or the final stage of the customer value journey, is when you might get alongside some of those customers who will then they will help to promote your business. Third stage in putting together a strategy for your business to grow is to review your website. Your website's a really, really important piece of your puzzle, and it acts like a hub, and everything interconnects with that hub. Regularly review your website. We're not talking about building new websites here. We're talking about where you already have a website. If you need help with a website, the best starting point is to go on to Digital Boost and look at all the content there. Building a website or changing your website or adding content to your website doesn't cost anywhere what it used to cost 5 to 10 years ago. There are low-cost website builders which have easy-to-use tools, and it allows you to do this at speed. As I was saying, a website is one of the most critical tools to amplify your reach and to get new clients. What you want is for your website to be found online by your target audience. That's what's really going to make the difference to your sales. So make sure your website navigation is simple, it's easy to follow, and it delivers information to visitors within 3 clicks. So quite often what we do is when we are at that stage of working through and building up and implementing the strategy, once we've got the website ready to launch, we go and talk to some people and we ask them, could you take a look at our website? Did you find it easy to get the information? Do you think it's relevant? Do you understand the copy on it? Just little things like that can make a huge difference to how people perceive you when they're looking at your business online and coming to your website whilst they're researching or looking to do more business with you. Okay, the next important thing in putting together a strategy for a small or medium-sized business is putting together a list of contacts. You need to manage those contacts and you need to segment them. I appreciate that for most business owners or small business people who are doing marketing, time is always a challenge. But you do need to put aside a bit of time to make sure that you're managing your lists and you're segmenting them. You want to think about at every touch point when you connect with prospects or customers, you need to be collecting names and email addresses from your customers and clients, your followers, and new sales prospects. And you need to store those in some form of CRM or even a spreadsheet or a list. And you need to segment them into the types of customers so you can promote different messages and promotions. A simple example, it's no use sending dog food ads to people who own cats. So what you may want to do is think about those customers that have not bought from you yet, as opposed to a list of customers who have bought from you. Customers that spend X amount with you. Customers that buy from you every month versus customers that might buy from you once a year. There's lots of different ways with a little bit of thought that you can segment those lists. So when you are sending out digital marketing messages and communicating with your audience, you're on point and you're sending out information that's relevant to them, that will engage them, that piques their interest and helps them to convert and buy from you. Without having contact details, it's really hard to build a successful digital marketing strategy or plan. It really is the foundation, and it's once you do this and you incorporate it into your processes and systems, it should become automatic and make it a lot easier for you to increase your reach when you're doing your digital marketing. Search engine optimization is also a very important component of any strategy. It includes things like keyword research, backlinks, directories, search marketing. There's two elements or two sides to search engine marketing. There's the non-technical, which is the content side, and there's the technical side. For a lot of small business owners, it won't be an area that you have a lot of experience or knowledge about. If you've used someone to build your website, ask them the questions. What are we doing? Search engine optimization is the practice of increasing the quality and quantity of traffic to your website through organic search engine results. And the benefit of this is it's free. It's not something that happens quickly. It can take quite a bit of time to implement a search engine optimization strategy, but it will bring you the results. And you achieve that by using relevant keywords. The Google Keyword Planner is free, and that's a really good place to start. Once again, if you need more information on this, you can learn lots about it on the Digital Boost platform. So the better your website search engine optimization, the better it'll be ranked by the search engines. Search engine optimization primarily revolves around placing your keywords strategically through the site and doing link building, establishing site authority and using metadata, which is where you put information with keywords in your headings, which makes it crawlable by Google. So when people are searching for a product or service or business, that's when Google throws up those research for you. One of the other things that can really help your search engine optimization is directory listings. I think there's around about 50 or 60 directories in New Zealand that I'm aware of that is free. All you need to do is spend one morning listing your business with the products and services that you sell on those directories. The free directories include Google My Business, Yelp, Compass, Love New Zealand, New Zealand Small Business Directory, Business Networking New Zealand, the New Zealand BD, Foursquare. The list goes on. I won't list out the whole 50 or so, but once you've made some time to put your business details on those directories, they're going to bring you free traffic to your website. it's a task that's really worth doing. So digital advertising. All advertising is, which comes under your marketing efforts, is an investment. You want to get a return on that investment. So it's really important if you can focus on your digital advertising and get your digital advertising working. It will definitely deliver results. Don't rush out there with enthusiasm and spend all your advertising budget in the first month and find at the end of the month, although you may have got a lot of traffic, there was very few conversions and it didn't really work. So we're talking pay per click, which is, say, Google AdWords or maybe Bing. We're talking Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising, YouTube advertising, Google Display Network. What you want to do is find the advertising networks that is going to work for you. And we break paid advertising into 5 key categories. Number 1, search ads, which is what Google AdWords is. Display ads, which are shared across the internet. Social media ads, which are things like LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Of late, TikTok's become quite high profile. We talk about number 4 is remarketing ads, and number 5 is video ads. And up until now, that's usually been on YouTube. Video ads is an area that's really growing, and if you have video, you get about 800% more engagement than what you do if you just use a still image. So to achieve this, you need to understand the process of planning, setting up, and optimizing your advertisements. Ad campaigns should follow 5 key elements. It should be about your offer. Does your offer appeal to people? Does it connect with them? And does it motivate them to buy? Your copy, this is a really important area. Good copy will actually pull in new customers. The third element of an ad campaign is your creative. So that's the visual elements of it. The fourth is the ad set. So for example, if you use an image in an ad on Facebook and you want them to click through to a page on your website or to a dedicated landing page, you want to ensure you have the same image so people don't disconnect and bounce away immediately. And then the last element of a successful ad campaign is your targeting. What eyes are you going to put those ads in front of? It's no use sending out ads to the wrong people. So getting your targeting right will make your advertisements, your digital ads, a lot more effective and will increase the return on investment that you get when you're doing digital advertising. Okay, so the next stage in our strategy, or what we think is relevant for small and medium businesses, is you want to have a blog and you want to have content. Back in 1996, Bill Gates said, "Content is king." I keep using this quote. It's true. Your ability to attract and engage with an audience is depending on having relevant content that's fresh, valuable, shareable, and engaging. You want to use content as a way to show potential customers that you're an expert in your field, in the area that you're selling. You need the ability to write some good copy, and having good copy will differentiate your business from other businesses. With a small amount of planning, content management activity can really drive tangible results and the return on investment. Social media. Okay, so everyone knows about social media these days. Social media is here to stay. Social media profiles are free. It's an easy way to market your business, and it allows you to build your brand, connect with an audience, establish thought leadership, build authority, develop a personality of your own. People get to know who you are, start liking you, and start coming back to your social media channels. It allows you to drive website traffic, increase leads, and improve your search engine optimization. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, or any one of the many others, you need to find which channels or platforms that your customers hang out on. It's kind of, social media has kind of become a business digital marketing essential and helps you build trust with new and existing customers. With a social media strategy, you can want to approach it by starting to listen to comments that are put onto your channels, by choosing the right platform, by being consistent, recording and sharing videos and other content, promoting your blog, posting informative graphics, making it personal, engaging with your audience, and investing in paid ads. Now, this one is a real favorite of mine, email marketing. Email marketing provides the highest return on investment of any digital tactic that you can use. It takes a little bit of time to plan and to learn it, but once you do, you can use it very, very effectively. It can be used for branding, engagement, acquisition, retention, direct sales, generating traffic, getting referrals. It's probably your most important communication channel. It helps keep your brand front of mind. It allows you to share your content and your expertise. It allows you to segment your clients and to send on-point messaging. It allows you to send newsletters to different groups. You don't want to be sending out email newsletters to customers that buy shoes if you are actually selling jackets or clothing. So you can target the messages to different people by using segmentation. It allows you to provide important or urgent updates, information on new product releases. It allows you to communicate with clients and strengthen relationships, collect feedback and surveys, build credibility and authority, increase your website traffic, and send traffic from campaigns to dedicated landing pages. Email marketing can be most effective when you coordinate it with your content and your advertising campaigns to indoctrinate your new subscribers, nurture those relationships, and move them quickly through their customer value journey. So you've started getting your digital strategy underway and you're starting to implement it. And this is a very, very important area. You want to know what's working. You want to be able to use analytics, data, and insights so you can measure the effectiveness of what you're doing. You can see what works, what isn't working. You can use it to make decisions around your advertising, your content, and the offers that you send out to potential customers. So to measure the impact of these changes, you need to understand data and analytics. It can be overwhelming, so you want to take an easy approach and find the key performance indicators that work for your business and the products and services that you're selling. It's better to use metrics and data than managing your digital marketing strategy with your gut instincts. I was very guilty of this for many, many years. I used to think about what we were doing in our advertising and our marketing, and I'd go, oh, that would be a good idea, or I think the customer would like that, and we'd make a campaign and we'd send it out. No, don't take that approach. Use the data, the analytics, and the insights that you get that you can easily access through digital marketing tools or different digital tools to make those types of decisions. Google Analytics, of course, is a free tool. Once you understand it and you can focus on the areas or the data that's relevant to you, it becomes really, really insightful. Google Analytics is easy to learn because you can learn it from the Digital Boost platform. There was a very interesting presentation that I sat in on one of these Q&A sessions last week about Google Analytics, and it's really, really, really powerful tool, and it's free, and it can help you make key decisions that you need to do while you're working on your digital marketing. So just a couple of tips here. One of the things I quite often go when I'm meeting with a new client and we're talking with them, or we're going through a process of discovery and learning about their business, what they want to do. And I say, what have you been doing so far in your marketing and your digital marketing? And they go, oh, we've been using Instagram and TikTok. And I would usually respond by going, oh yeah, what made you decide to use those? And I quite sometimes I have a good laugh and they go, well, I spoke to my daughter and she said everyone's on Instagram and TikTok these days. They're the ones to use. So what you want to do is use the ones that actually where your customers and your sales prospects use, because that's going to then connect with them. And so I also recommend that you focus on one or two tactics. Quite often when I meet with companies, they're trying to do email marketing, they're trying to do Instagram, they're trying to do Facebook, they're trying to do LinkedIn, they're trying now to do TikTok as well. And what happens is they get really busy. They don't have the time to really learn the depth of knowledge they need to get them really working properly. You're better off doing less, using one or two or maybe three different platforms or channels, and use those effectively, learn all about them, learn how to measure them and implement them before moving on to something else. Only when you've got something working really well, say, let's add something else on. That might give us an incremental sales increase once we get that working as well. Another area where I've been really guilty of doing is saying I want to do this particular tactic, going online, getting information about it, reading about it, going, oh, I need to learn more about this. I need to go in this area and find out more about designing a dedicated landing page, or how are we going to do that on that platform? Just get started. From experience, I have found that once I got going, you quickly learn how to make those improvements. You quickly learn the areas to focus on to get the data and the insights that you need to make them effective. Don't be overwhelmed by it. Pick one task and say, this month, that's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to move our strategy forward. That's what we need to do to get growth in our business. Okay, so let's just quickly summarize those key points in this simple strategy that I've shared with you today. A lot of what I've talked about, if you need extra information on it, you will find it on Digital Boost. So start off by doing some online research. Learn about your customers, your competitors, your industry, your products, your services. Time spent reading some research and what you can find online gives you powerful information that you never could have done 10, 15 years ago. Then work out who you're selling and the journey that they take when they come into contact with your business online. Review your website, make sure it's fit for purpose. Make sure people can get to the information they're looking for within 3 clicks. 10 years ago, people used to swamp their websites with so much information. People wouldn't find what they wanted and they'd go elsewhere. In fact, what we found is that when someone comes to your website, when they're searching for information on products and services and companies to do business with, you have about 7 seconds. If you have not engaged them within 7 seconds and they have not found the information that they're looking for, they've gone. You've lost them. So it's really important, a nice, clean, simple layout with the information relevant to the people coming to your website, and you can just go through that and keep it up to date on a regular basis. You've got your website set up, it's looking good. On every website page, you want to have a call to action because you want to do this list building. You want people to give their names and contact details so you can remarket to them at a later time. And to do that means you have to spend a little bit of time managing those lists, segmenting those lists. That way they will become a lot more valuable to your business. Search engine optimization is what you're going to do to actually bring organic free traffic to your web pages and landing pages. and it's something that is a longer term strategy. It takes time to achieve, but it's definitely something that you want in your strategy that we've discussed today. If you want to increase the traffic coming to your online assets, you use digital advertising. Don't go out by spending all your budget at once. Spend a small amount of money. We've recently been doing campaigns for a service business. They've been established about 30 years, and they just wanted to put their brand name in front of people that have used them over those 30 years and to potential new customers. They set a budget of $10 a day on Facebook, and within each month they were putting their brand name between 30 to 40,000 people, and it's really worked well for them, and it's not mega expensive. So digital advertising definitely has a key part to play in your strategy. Implement a blog with relevant content. People get engaged with the right type of content, and this will support your search engine optimization efforts. Social media, those free social media channels are just an opportunity too good to miss, and is definitely an essential in any digital marketing strategy for a small to medium-sized business. Email marketing is something that you really want to do. It's really worth spending some time. It's really worth finding out which platform will work best for your business. And once again, a ton of information on the Digital Boost platform. And then once you've got all those things underway and you've got them working, you haven't procrastinated, they might not be working optimally, but what you do want to do is then look at your analytics data and insights and learn very quickly the ones you want to be looking at daily, weekly, monthly to make key decisions within your business to help your business grow. Just a plug here, when I came across Digital Boost a year or so ago, I thought it was really good. I've worked with a lot of businesses or companies over the years to get information, and for myself and for our company on training and learning. Some of those Digital Marketeer, Click-Minded, etc. There's a ton of them out there. In fact, you'll get flooded with information. I think Digital Boost's one of the best platforms I've seen in the world. The fact that you're here today reinforces that, and they can transfer all the knowledge. You can get all the learning you need and all the training you need. It's a really good way to start to learn more and to go through your digital transformation journey to ensure your business now has a presence online and your digital footprint is out there for people to find. So that kind of wraps up the strategy within the time frame that we've got. One of the benefits of working with Digital Boost and providing one of these question and answer sessions is that we get invited that we can give a special offer. I don't want to plug it too much. The objective today was to provide value and assistance to companies that are looking for some guidance and a vision and a direction to go in. But we do have a product where we start working with companies where we do what we call a digital strategy and digital marketing blueprint. We do a digital marketing audit where we take a look at everything that you're doing, have a checklist to see what you could be doing. We do online and keyword research. We use specialist tools to do that. We then develop a strategy that's relevant to your business model, your products and services. We do testing on the various channels and tactics to ensure the ones that you choose do work and will provide the results that you're looking for. We assist you with the setting up, implementation and optimization of those tactics, and then we'll provide you with some documented standard operating procedures for those tasks so you can have that on file. Because what I find is I learn to do something and then you get quite busy, and then 2 months later you come back to update it and you've forgotten what you need to do. So that really helps. And then we do a follow-up and a review at 30, 60 and 90 days. If you're interested, all you need to do is to drop us an email and we'll help and work with you on that. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening to me. I hope it's been of benefit, and I'll hand back to Anna Marie.
Yes. No, thank you, Matthew. That was such a great overview of all the areas that we need to consider when we look at a digital marketing strategy. So we really appreciate it. So Rebecca just asked, can you please go over the elements of a good ad again? Great question, Rebecca. Thank you.
Yeah. So when you're doing an ad, right, you want to make sure that you maximize the opportunity, the chances that you have when you're spending your money in an advertisement, and you want to make sure it's presented in the best way for people to actually, react to it. You want the key, getting that return on investment on your ad spend is getting people to buy from you. So what we do is we have 5 key elements. First, you need an offer that's appealing to your target market. And that's done usually by saying, look, today this month we're having a sale. We've got 30% off if you buy before the end of the month. And so you have a special offer that motivates them to buy. So you want to spend some time thinking about what you're going to offer in your ad campaign. Then you need your copy. Your copy is a really important element. It's got to talk to your target audience. It's got to say the right things so they understand, so they get the message, right? You then have the creative element. A lot of you out there are probably really good at doing creative. I'm not, but you've got to use, you want professional looking images. You've got the ability as a small business now to compete with the biggest of businesses. And if that's not your thing, find someone who can do it really cheap. Lots of ideas on Digital Boost. Your creative wants to be really good. That's the visual imaging. And then you have your AdSense. So if you have an image, if you're selling a gym membership, for example, and you've got 3 people there in the image working out, but you're taking them to a dedicated landing page to sign them up or get their information, or to send them an email with more information, you want to have that same image. It's called AdSense or congruency. It looks the same. If they don't, they think they've landed up in the wrong place and they'll bounce. Okay. And then it's the targeting. Who's your target audience and how you get to them? Well, we all know that Facebook has laser targeting capability. And once you understand that and you get to it, it's really, really powerful. It can really move the dial. And the difference between not understanding how to put together a simple ad campaign and putting it together can have a massive difference in the results.
You know what? We actually had a really great session with David from Dimple Digital, and he ran through how to do Facebook ads. So if you're looking for that recording, just jump onto the website. And it wasn't that long ago, and he just actually went straight through on how to create a Facebook ad. So if you need a little bit of help using this advice that you've got here from Matthew, and create that, use that recording for as a reference. I would also say, if you're looking for some copywriting idea, if you're trying to do your own copywriting, we had a fabulous session with Rocket Spark and Quick Brown Fox. Amanda Livingston went through all the strategy around copywriting, and she actually talked about how copywriting is 75% strategy and 25% writing. So there is like a lot that goes into it. Have a watch of that, because she talks about how she basically unpacks that, which could be a really good session for you to check out. It's called Basics of Copywriting. And like you said, Matthew, some of these things are really important. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you can always outsource some of these aspects, using websites like Fiverr or something like that, where you can hire a graphic designer to build you some things, or you can hire a copywriter. So you can use sites like that in order to assist you in that area. Man, this has been an absolutely fabulous session, Matthew. I'm just going to jump over. I've dropped in the chat. I can see that there's no questions here on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. So it was just so well thought out. You've sent us these slides. So if you guys are looking to have a look at some of the slides that you saw before, so that can revisit some of those ideas, we will pop them up on the website later today. They'll be listed as a learning summary, so you'll be able to use that as some supportive materials. So we appreciate that so much, Matthew, and your whole team has been fabulous to work with.
Oh, thank you. By the way, this presentation was a final version that I changed, so I'll email this to you.
Perfect. That'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, I think that might be us for today. So I just want to thank you again and everybody. I know a lot of folks are finishing up today for their year, or possibly they're going to be, heading out of town for the holidays. Just wishing everybody a safe holiday if that is you. As far as Digital Boost goes, we are running all the way through to the 24th of December, and we're going to have a whole bunch of sessions next week that involve how to set your business up for closing down for the holidays. So don't miss out on those. They're going to be really informative. And yeah, so thanks again, Matthew. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Ka kite, and I'll see you soon.